Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Just going to cover one hadith from Bukhari, and the reason why I'm covering this hadith is because we have masjids and places of worship where people sometimes feel a bit uncomfortable coming to because they're not probably dressed properly, or they might not have a hat on their head, or they might not have when I say dressed properly, I don't mean like they're semi-naked or something. I just mean they probably haven't got their conduct of the masjid right, or maybe their hairstyles in a certain way and the imam's going to be telling them off. I mean, the reason why I'm covering this hadith is because recently, traveling and gone into a masjid, and I've seen how some imams can be very picky on the youth and the way they might dress, the way they might come to the masjid. And it's very uncomfortable to see that they're picking on them because of their hairstyle, or they're picking on them because they can't speak Urdu or something. It's really bad, because it's going to drive away a whole generation of Muslims away from the masjid. I mean, they've got rules where you've got to be of a certain age to enter, and so on and so forth. And there needs to be some reflection on what is actually happening, because we're talking about a country or a part of the world here where people don't want to even come to the masjid, and then once they do come, there's so many do's and don'ts that are shoved in their face that if they feel uncomfortable, where are they going to go? I mean, they'll end up on the streets, or they'll end up in their clubs, and then we complain that these people are not coming to the masjid. So let's look at the hadith. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he says that a Bedouin urinated in the masjid. This is the masjid of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Bedouin walked in, he just pulled up his low garment and he just started to urinate inside the masjid. So the people stood up towards the man so that they could reprimand him, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Leave him." Now, why the Prophet ﷺ said leave him is because if you actually chase that man while he's doing his business, one, he might do his business all over the place, and second is it's going to hurt him to stop it, during the act. So the Prophet ﷺ said leave it, and then he said pour over the urine pour over a whole bucket of water over this urine, and then the Prophet ﷺ added some words. Okay, now this is the important part. He says straight after that, he says, فَإِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُمْ مُيَسِّرِينَ, for you have been sent as people to cause ease, وَلَمْ تُبْعَثُوا مُعَسِّرِينَ, and you have not been sent to cause difficulty. Now, subhanAllah, a man who comes, forget dress properly, forget his attire, forget anything, forget his him appearing with the right hairstyle, or forget that. Forget talking in the masjid, or doing something which is something that we would regard as minor. This man comes and he urinates in the masjid in front of others. How blasphemous and how ugly of an act that is. But the Prophet ﷺ on that act says, you have been sent, muyassirin, people to cause ease and not people to cause difficulty. Meaning that be easy on the person. He doesn't know. Most likely, nobody, most people are not going to just come in the masjid and do something stupid, or do something that is going to be really foolish, or purposefully do something that is going to make everybody have their backs against the wall. Most people would possibly do this because they don't know any better, and they need people to go easy on them. And like the Prophet ﷺ, he went to the man and he explained to him that these are the places of worship and we do not do these acts here. And that's it. Once you've got that connection with them, they will find you as people who they can get on with, they can talk to, they've got ease with, and they would want to come to you, come to that place of worship, not be driven away. And that's my whole point of saying this, that a place of worship is not anybody's elite club or something. It's a place where people who are spiritually ill should find that they can be treated and they can find some ease and people who will show them love. I hope this helps, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.